Tony Keogh, head chef from Cornucopia, is in charge of the kitchen this morning. And boy, oh boy, you are rolling the dice this morning.
I am taking
You're going
a
with,
chance here.
You're a true dub like myself, right? And one of our most famous dishes is the coddle.
Yeah.
And you're making a vegan
version. I know, this is a bit risque.
Come on,
very
Tony.
risque. Now, this
Bring
is
it
very...
on. It smells amazing, by the way, first of all.
Let's see how we get on with it now.
Let's see how we do.
This was very a la mode last week. Now it's kind of going out of fashion a bit now because the weather's getting a bit warmer. But
yeah, of course. Yeah,
one last hurrah, I think.
Very famous dish.
Very
but
famous.
There's so many variations.
There's so many versions. Yeah, there's brown coddle, white coddle, and black coddle, which we're discussing
yeah,
there. Now I'm a brown coddle man myself.
Right.
So I'm just going to quickly explain what I've got going here.
Go for it, yeah.
I have some onions here which I've caramelised, just with a little bit of garlic.
Lovely.
I'm going to drop in a little bit of sugar. Now this is on fast motion. Now bear in mind. So
yes,
this,
of course.
You'd slow cook this a bit longer.
Yeah.
So just going to get a spoon in there.
Okay.
Give that a stir.
Sugar.
Sugar.
That's
just
a new one straight away.
The reason I'm using the sugar in here, Simon, is because I'm actually going to be using some Guinness, which again is not traditionally a coddle thing.
Wow.
But the reason I'm using Guinness is because I want to make it kind of a brown coddle.
Is this more of a stew than Tony?
No, not really. It's kind of in between. It's a hybrid, we'll say. We'll have a try.
Have people texting.
Yeah, we'll have a try. Okay, look, we're going to go with some bay and cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
I know.
In a coddle?
This all works. Trust me.
I believe you, Tony.
This all works. This is building up the flavour because remember it's meat-free as well, so we're trying to get the flavour without oxo. So we've got our onions, our bay. That's all sweated down there. And now we're going to go in with our stout, about 250 mils.
Very good. The smell is amazing.
Yeah. The stout, it's just kind of, I know it's not really traditionally in a coddle, but it just kind of gives that kind of, slightly bitter flavour, you know.
But this is a brown coddle?
It's a brown coddle, yeah.
Because traditionally the coddle would be a clear stew, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be clear, yeah. My mum used to put oxo cubes into them, if I remember, do you know?
Did she really?
She used to put, I know.
My nanny, who was from Derry, used to put barley into hers.
Barley, yeah.
Yeah.
God, it's weird, isn't it? There's so many different versions, do you know?
There are,
and there's so many lines drawn. As I said, I used to work as a chef in a pub many years back, and we used to do white coddle, and it was actually done in the oven.
Really?
I know, it sounds wacky, but...
not as wacky as this with your sugar and cinnamon.
Yeah. Now,
so how are we doing now?
So we've got this, that's going on there, OK?
OK.
So the next thing we're going to add... Now, imagine the Guinness now has to evaporate, right?
Of course, it cooks off,
but just imagine it's cooked off, OK?
Yeah.
So we're going to
pretend, everyone.
Just
Close
pretend.
your eyes and pretend.
So we're going to go in with our stock. We're going to bring that to a boil, OK?
Very good.
So while that's coming up to a boil, we're going to move on to our next stage. Now, the potatoes are normally cooked in the coddle.
Yeah.
But I'm going a slightly different route again, I'm afraid.
Tony.
I know, but we've got to try this now, right? So
because normally you would just peel the spuds, chop them in, put them straight in.
But I'm doing this for the texture now, and I'm using waxy spuds as well. So a little drop of oil.
OK.
A little bit of paprika, smoky paprika.
Tony, you've lost control of yourself.
I know.
Cinnamon and paprika in
and a bit of sage rather than parsley.
Lovely, OK.
A little bit of salt and pepper. Now, remember, we're building up the flavours here because we don't actually have any meat in here, so we're trying to kind of replicate that.
Of course.
So I'm going to mix those through the spuds, like so, OK? So just imagine they're better mixed than that. That's a bit of a messy job there. So I'll just pop them down here onto a tray.
That's a cracking little potato recipe on its own anyway, Tony.
Yeah, they're quite nice. They come out lovely and crispy from the oven.
Yeah,
they're nice. But they hold their texture a bit better in the coddle. You know, if you leave the coddle sitting for a while, the way the flavours meld, they still meld, but you still get the potatoes still kind of hold rather than breaking up.
So you're going to roast them in the oven?
Roast them in the oven, just for about like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. So I have some in here already. I'll just pop these in.
OK, so they go in for half an hour, Tony?
About 25, 30 minutes,
OK, perfect.
Now, where's my towel?
So you've cooked them and then you're going to put them into the coddle. Well, I say coddle mixture.
The coddle of sorts.
Yes, the coddle-ish.
The coddle-ish. So there's our spuds, OK?
Gorgeous.
Now, I'm going to get them in there.
They'd be lovely as a side with anything else.
Yeah, you could just have them as they are.
OK, so they're going to go in as well.
They're going in, OK? So I want to get this up to a boil now, as much as possible. So let me see.
And as you say, in real time, you'd let that Guinness cook down a wee bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then add in your bits and pieces.
Exactly. So we're going to thicken that a little bit as well. Now, I know normally you'd use the starch and potatoes to thicken it, but I'm going to use a little bit of potato flour.
Oh, right.
Just a little bit of potato flour, and I've got some water here. It's a measured amount of water, about 100 mils, and a little bit of potato starch.
OK.
Potato flour then will just thicken it up a little.
So this is the same as adding in like a corn flour mix.
Yeah, like a corn flour.
If you want to thicken a stew or a casserole.
Exactly. And
but this isn't a stew, it's a coddle, Tony.
I know, and because it's potato flour, it's mimicking the potato. OK. Have a taste there, Simon.
Can I get stuck in?
Yeah, please do.
I'm going to taste the broth first, right?
Taste the broth.
Now, also, you haven't got meat in here, but you've got vegan...
Vegan sausages and vegan rashers, yeah. But see, normally you cook the sausages and the rashers in the stew, so as they cook, they impart flavour to the broth. But because we don't have that, we're trying to build it up other ways. Now, I add the sausages and rashers in at the end. OK, so there's the mustard.
And you have my favourite in there, Tony. You've got Worcester sauce.
A little drop of Worcester sauce as well, yeah.
I tell you what, it's very, very good.
Try the
It's very, very good.
sausage there as well, Simon.
I am. If everybody wants to press record on their sets at home, I am about to eat a vegan sausage. So press record now. You ever had vegan sausages and rashers?
Yes, you know I was vegan for a beat.
Were you?
Yeah, for like a minute.
For like a weekend?
For like 10 hours.
10 hours. Oh, that's a start.
No, I've never had any coddle. This is my first time.
I've got some cups and spoons and all here as well, so we can have a try.
Okay.
You've never had coddle?
No, never.
So
I was like, I can't miss this opportunity. I'm
You've
desperate.
never had... How can you be from Dublin and never had coddle?
I don't know.
I've missed coddle. Oh my God, all your life. Oh,
Tony.
My virgin.
Tony, it is stunning. You have a little taste there, my dear.
No, I'm after adding in. I'm after adding that starch slurry incidentally to the coddle there, so you can see it's thickening up
Okay, so
slightly.
you're thickening.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's thickening up slightly.
I don't know why I've never had it. I don't know why.
Rather than using potatoes.
Fab. And what's next then? You've
one
also
more thing.
cooked the sausages and
I cook the
rashers
sausage
off.
and rashers separately, yeah. So what you do is now, the reason being is because these sausages, if you put these into the coddle at the start and cook them down, they don't really cook properly. They're a different structure.
Right,
The
yeah,
protein
yeah,
structure
okay.
is different to regular meat. So that's why you kind of cook them and add them at the end.
So you cooked off your spuds, they're gone in. You're
there's the
cooking
spuds.
your rashers and your sausages.
Yeah, and they're going in
And
as
they're
well.
going in as well.
And then you just kind of drop them all in at the end. Now this is getting a little bit messy here, but you're getting the idea.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is actually, I'll just kind of take a couple of these out, pop them in a bowl,
And then you put the mixture on top of
and
that.
put the mixture on top.
I have to be honest with you, Tony.
I've got it here.
I never thought I'd say it, but my word, that is a cracking vegan.
The sausages aren't too bad, are they?
They're amazing.
They're great, but what I love about it is you've got the essences of, I'll be honest with you, like a really good stew in there in terms of Worcester sauce and that, but the flavours are fantastic. And the spuds are great in there.
The spuds, yeah. The waxy spuds make a big difference, don't they?
I'm loving that, Tony.
Yeah.
All is forgiven, my friend.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoy.
From a true dub.
I might even go back now.
What do you think for another
Oh,
weekend?
amazing. For
Would you
another
go vegan
weekend.
again till
And
Sunday?
there we are.
Till Sunday.
Fair play. Tony,
No,
thank you very
That's
much.
no problem at all.
That's a
Glad you
cracking
enjoyed.
recipe.
Did you
Cracking.
like it all?
Full recipe details are
Enjoy.
up on our website. And make sure you check out Tony's Instagram page at Plants, Plates, or why not visit him in Cornucopia when you get a chance. Thank you, my friend. It's gorgeous.
You fed me
Thanks,
all
Simon.
through college. I lived off Cornucopia. There you go. See, I have
See?
to grow off.
Well, we
You
have the
do.
coddle in
Vegan
cornucopia now, so if you're ever passing by, drop in. It's on the menu.
Do you know what happened last night? The Oscar Wilde party was on in Los Angeles last night.
I was raging I wasn't there.
Were you now?
Yeah.
But you know what happens every year? And this
That's right.
year, there was Jamie Dornan.
Right.
He, of course, has made a great acceptance speech. There he is. No, I've been a couple of times. No, I wanted to get that in, actually, just to kind of say I'd been a couple of times, because it's nice to go to the Irish events when you're away. Well,
So
I was
it's just
covering the
an Irish
Oscars.
party?
It was like an Irish party all for film, and Kenneth Branagh
Yeah.
did a kind of a, well, I suppose a zoom in, really, because he's got COVID, so he couldn't make it, sadly.
Oh, so he's gonna
I
miss
know,
the
he's
Oscars on
nominated on
Sunday.
Sunday. What are we? I hope he's able to make it. Sure, he's nominated
Well, he
for
won't be, not
about
if he's-
190 awards for Belfast.
Yeah, that's going to be a big winner. So any other names of the Oscar?
Well, J.J. Abrams normally hosted in Bad Robot, his production company in LA. That's where I actually went, which was fascinating. I got to talk to him. But I have a great story about it. The time I went, just a couple of years ago, Carrie Fisher was alive. And because you go to LA, don't you, you want to buy those little statuettes.
Of course,
So I bought one for my dad, which had Best Dad on it, the little Oscars. And I handed it to her just to kind of get a little picture with her. And she took it. That was it.
What's
But
the crack with that?
we'll let her off. Carrie Fisher's a wonderful actress, of course, gone
Oscar
now from
Wilde
us,
party.
sadly. But it was great.
You carry on reading that. I'm going to eat the coddle.
All right. Well, anyway, it's good to obviously support Irish, and you being an actor, we get you there next year.
I'll be there next year. Yeah.